What's up, America? I'm Danny T, and welcome to the Republican Rebuttal. How do we go from busting drug traffickers to liberation of a nation? Well, let's take a deep dive off the coast of Venezuela and see what's really going on. Now, our story begins with the United States Coast Guard busting boats like piñatas, but it wasn't candy that was coming out, it was kilos of cocaine. The people on the boat are part of a transnational crime organization known as Tren de Aragua. They started in a Venezuelan prison and spread fast through South America and into the United States. They also deal with human trafficking, racketeering, kidnapping, homicides, anything that makes them a quick buck, really. Shortly after this, the United States military strike started happening. Now, I gotta admit, when I first started getting into this story, I thought this was going to be another fake war on drugs like Nixon campaigned on in the 60s. But I'm glad it's not, because let's be honest, a hot cup of coffee and a 12-step program has done more to fight drugs than any politician ever has. Now, the TDA aren't the only people involved in this. There's also the ELN, the National Liberation Army of Colombia. They are a far-left terrorist organization, and they are considered as such by Colombia itself, the United States, the European Union, New Zealand, and Canada. Believe it or not, Canada does do something right every now and then. Now, these people believe in Marxism, communist ideologies, Latin American liberation theology, which pretty much is like Christianity, except they hyper focus on liberation of the oppressed and use that as an excuse for the violence that they cause. They do a lot of the same thing that the TDA does, except they also deal with extortion, hostages, border patrol of sorts. They control what goes in and out of the resource mines, and they also do security for the Venezuelan president. Now, what kind of a president needs a terrorist organization to do security for him? Well, Nicolas Maduro, of course. He is part of the United Socialist Party. In the year 2000, he was elected to be National Assembly. Under Hugo Chavez, he got moved around a lot. In 2005, he went from National Assembly to President of National Assembly. Shortly after that, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and later on, he became VP directly under Chavez. Chavez died in 2013, and on April 14th of the same year, Maduro won a special election. It's debatable whether he really won or not, but that's what we have. He has remained in office from 2013 until the present day. He deals with open trade with Russia and China. He claims to be fully stocked with Russian weapons. He is a dictator, and he is also wanted internationally. He's wanted for crimes against humanity. He is a narco-terrorist. He tortures people, and he takes lives. He does lots of other things, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. Lucky for us, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That light is Maria Corina Machado. She is part of the Democratic Party. I don't say this often, but go blue. She's part of the Democratic Party of Venezuela. She's been a teacher, an industrial engineer. She went to Yale, plus 3 other universities. She was part of National Assembly from 2011 to 2014. She's an activist, and she speaks up a lot about Maduro, and she even spoke up about Chavez during his time. Some of the things she spoke up about were crime-run cities, lack of housing, and a 30% inflation rate, amongst a list of other things. In 2014, she met with the Organization of American States, and for doing so, she was removed from National Assembly. Now, Maduro ran an investigation on her. Officials say that foul play might have been involved, but she got convicted and sentenced to prison for trying to end his life and take his seat as president. Even though she was convicted in 2014, she remained free forever. I mean, forever, really, for that. In 2024, she tried to run for president against Maduro, which didn't happen because of her conviction. So she gave her full support to a man named Edmundo Gonzalez. A lot of the Venezuelan people believe Gonzalez really won the election, but that didn't work out that way. Maduro remained in office. Now, Maria kept protesting. She kept being an activist, and she was eventually arrested and detained while at a protest. After getting let go, after being detained, On August 1st of 2024, she wrote a letter to the Wall Street Journal stating that she was in hiding and scared for her life. 2025, she won the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless efforts in trying to bring democracy to Venezuela, free and fair elections. She turned around and dedicated that to our president, Trump, uh, for his support in supporting her and her efforts. Now, this is the story. Here is my personal opinion on this story. Right now, there's a $50 million price to whoever turns in Maduro to the United States or whoever gets him behind bars gets $50 million. Maduro turned around and offered our administration oil and other things. We denied it. All we want is to liberate Venezuela, is what it seems like on paper to me. As I am recording this, there are fleets of troops landing or heading into Venezuela right now to look for Maduro. My hot take on this is I don't see anything wrong with this. I think it would be sad if we as Americans didn't try and get rid of dictatorship and socialism and communism, and none of those are American. None of those are what we should be standing for, in my opinion. Um, yeah, it's going to open up trade between us and Venezuela, build relations between us, and you know what? Democracy is contagious. So if we can get one country in South America to be a democracy and get rid of dictators and things of this nature, it would make it a lot easier for us to do trades with them. And I think South America is connected to us, so it would make us better as a whole. Both countries, I'm sorry, not just countries, both continents. And let's be honest, Canada's a lost cause. I mean, I've given up on them a long time ago. But yeah, south of the border would be great for that. On top of that, no matter where you sit on immigration, however you feel about it, I think if we give these people a place that they don't want to run away from, it would naturally just fix immigration, the immigration problem we have. And again, why Mexico, Venezuela, like all these countries are right there. Why shouldn't they be part of us? And why shouldn't we be a team instead of, letting Russia and China in our backyard? You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Let me know what yours are. Leave me a comment. Uh, Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like my show, let me know. If you hate my show, let me know. I appreciate each and every one of you that are watching out there. I don't have a lot of you, but I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you next time, America.